Junkyard Junkie, back here with another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you two different things. First thing I'll be showing you is if you have two original keys, I'll show you how to program another additional key without needing a scan tool or anything else. I will also be showing you how I go about cutting keys and programming them. And I will also show you that we are going to upgrade this key to a flip key. So stay tuned. So this is my machine right here. It's a Silka. This is a great key cutting machine. It's very simplistic. Let me show you that now. So if we look here, it's got 4 different jaws. You can spin these around. These come in handy with different kinds of keys, but you want to match up the jaws. And then there's the blade. And this is what traces your original key right here. So as your key goes along and goes in, it will run your blank key into the cutting wheel. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, the main question you need to be asking yourself if you are going to cut keys and do this yourself is what machine you want, or if you need a machine at all. If you're only going to do this probably once or just on this vehicle or something, I would just take some blank keys down to like Ace Hardware. They'll usually cut it for free, but if not, they'll cut it for, $5. This machine, even though it's really great, I don't recommend it for everybody, only if you intend to do a lot of keys. It works really well, but if you're only going to use it here and there, it's probably not worth the money. The main thing to me that's more important than a key cutter is a scan tool that will do immobilizers on your keys. I recommend Autel, but you can go with any of them that will do it. To me, that is more important than a key cutting machine because, like I said, you can take it to your local hardware store or even just pay someone to do it, 30, 40 bucks, and they'll cut it for you as long as you're able to program it. So let's go ahead and get started with cutting these keys. So real quick, most key cutters will have a key stop, something like this. That'll let you put it in there. That'll make sure the keys are lined up. Okay, so starting off on this left-hand side, this is our tracer key. So this is where our main key will go that's already cut. You'll push it all the way up against this key stop. Now that one's ready to go. Now we'll go ahead and put our key stop in this one. We'll take our blank key. We will slide it right in. Once it touches, clamp it down. And now we're ready to begin. Okay, so on this key cutter, down here on the bottom right is a switch to turn it on and the light turns on. There's also another switch on the left that will actually start the cutter. Now that that's going, we pull back, press this button in, and then we'll go down here to where the key starts. You want to try and make that as smooth as you can. You can do a double pass if you want, if you don't feel like it cut very well. Always turn it off before you take the key out. Now all we gotta do is flip the key over, grab our key stop again. Get it lined up. Go ahead and do it again. Go ahead and turn it off, and you definitely want to remember to take out your key stop. As you can probably tell on mine, it's been cut up right here because I always forget to leave it in there. Now we'll go ahead and take the key out and we'll turn it back on. This one has a wheel on the side of it. This will get all the rough ends off. So we'll just stick the key right in. I like to hit it from all the sides. You don't have to. The main thing is that back and forth motion. And then it won't feel jagged and you're not going to tear anything up. Go ahead and turn it back off. Okay, now it's time to show you how to do the flip key. Now, most flip keys, if you don't have enough room, you'll have to tilt this in. And if you look there, see that hole right there? That hole has a roll pin in it that you have to knock out and this key will come loose. But if I can get away with it, I will just put it in there the way it is. Let's see. So once again, we'll take our key stop, put that back in there. And now we will try to put this in here and it is going to work. Some of them will not fit. They're just too big. But this one actually fits, so we can do it. Make sure everything's lined up right. Tighten it down. And now it's the same thing as before. We'll turn it on, pull back, push the button in, go down to here where the key starts. Pull back, turn it off, and now we just flip the key over, putting our little stop back in there. So we make sure we got it nice and lined up. Tighten it down, remove it, and rinse and repeat. Once again, you just want to take it out, brush it off. There we go. Make sure there's no burrs or anything left on it, and you're good to go. What I like to do is go ahead and check the keys. It's working well. Okay, now that we're back in the car, we'll just go ahead and stick this new key in the ignition. Make sure it turns on, which it does. Okay, I had to move the car real quick just so you could see that light better. The blinking car light with a lock, that is your PAT system. With most modern keys, almost all of them, you have to program the immobilizer in them, and that's what I'm going to show you now. If you've successfully programmed it, that will no longer be blinking. That will be turned off. Okay, so you just want to get yourself a scan tool that can do immobilizer keys. I'm using the Altel. We'll go to diagnostics. We'll go to VIN, auto detect. I'll go ahead and fast forward through all of this. Okay, now that we're here, we'll just hit hot function. Okay, so once we get here, you'll see emo and keys. We'll hit PATs, that's Ford's system. Maximum number of keys is 8. Minimum keys required after ignition key erase is 2. We'll hit OK. Make sure that the ignition switch is turned to the on position. Hit OK. This procedure will take 10 minutes. Do you wish to continue? We'll hit yes. And let me assure you that to get in the PAT system, it usually really will take about 10 minutes. Pretty much any other car I work on, it'll immediately go in there where we can go ahead and start programming keys. But for some reason, Ford makes theirs really hard to get into. And it will take the full 10 minutes, if not then some. So we just have to be patient and wait. We'll go ahead and just pause it until it gets done, and I'll come back. Okay, once that finishes up, it'll say operation in progress. This operation has been successful. So we'll hit OK. Security access granted. Now it gives you a lot of different things you can do here. All we're going to do is hit program additional ignition key. Okay, now it's just telling us that it won't erase the old keys and that we're going to put an unprogrammed key in. So place an unprogrammed PATs key into the ignition and turn the key to the on position. Right now we got our original one. Take that out. Get our new blank one. Stick it in. And then all we got to do is hit OK. The operation has been successful. We hit OK. Then it asks, do you wish to program another key? Normally, if you're doing multiple keys, you would hit yes, of course. But since in this video I'm showing you how to also program a key if you have 2 original keys, we're going to hit no. And then, do you want to return to PATs? And we'll say no. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and take the key out. And then we want to verify it, so just stick it right back in, turn it to the on position. There's a security light right there, and as you can see, it went out. And we can go ahead and start it too, just to verify. And And as you can see, it works perfectly. So now I'll show you how to program it if you already have 2 keys. Okay, so now to program your new key. Okay, so just as I warned with these red flip keys, the immobilizer in it is trash, so it will not work. So I went ahead and ordered another key replacement to show you. Okay, so remember, you need 2 keys that are already programmed, and then your new key. Now, just to show you, this key doesn't work real quick. We'll stick it in the ignition, turn it on, and as you can see, the pad system is going crazy. That little car with the lock emblem. Okay, so before we do it, I'll go ahead and explain to you what we're going to do. We're going to take our first key, stick it into the ignition, turn it to the on position, and we'll wait for that light to go out up there. Once it goes out, you turn it off, put it down, grab your next one that works, stick it in, turn it on, but don't crank it, and wait for that light to go out again. And then finally, we'll do the same thing for this one. Turn it on and wait for the light to go out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, went out. Grabbing my second one. Got about 5 seconds to do it. Alright, it went out. I'll grab this one. And voila, it went out. So as you can see, we have this key in now. And it works. That's all you have to do. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.